what I'm proving is that our presence and our stories individually and our individual experiences as a Korean American, as a Vietnamese American, as a Chinese American, as a, that all matters. Those stories that go into our food, our presence matters, and we need to stop undervaluing ourselves.
Totally.
Like, I undervalued myself my whole entire life and never thought that I was even capable of doing this, to the point where I couldn't even dream this shit up, to where I didn't even plan it.
Yeah.
It was an accident. But like, it's taught me that like my presence in this community here is more valuable than I've given myself credit for, and I think we all need to realize that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One thing that I really learned from this whole thing was that it's never pretty in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta go through mad trauma, mad like bullshit, to just get to a point where you realize that like, now that you've gone through all that shit, you can take on anything, yo. Like, and that's something that we forget as like immigrant children, that our parents also went through mad shit to get here, like mad, mad trials, all this shit just to get here, just so that we can have this opportunity, like, have this chance to like sit around and talk about like how as Asian business owners we're affected by this shit, you know? And how we can fucking change the narrative and like just be proud of the fucking fact that we did it, yo. Like,
That's why like, I was just saying this to Aron, like, I've been through so much shit. It's a crime for me not to pick up your call, like, and that's, to me, is my contribution back, because that's all I got, you know what I mean? Like, if you guys call me, you're just like, this least option's fucked, I'd be like, alright, call this person, I got numbers to call, you know, like, but I think that's the difference between, like, our older generation. They were scared to, like, reach out, you know, or the pride was fucking with them where they couldn't reach out. We can do that.
I think a lot of people, especially like, I think like people don't realize like the trauma that we have to endure in order to just hold on to our food cultures. It's not just, oh, I'm gonna go off and cook hamburgers. Okay, what kind of trauma have you had with your hamburger growing up? Did you all ever get made fun of? Did somebody go up in your face and be like, ew, gross? Did I literally, like, in the 2nd grade, I had an experience with a kid. My mom had made me chow. And he just looked at it and was like, ew, gross. So he threw it away. I didn't eat. And in the moment, it was just like another normal, like,
That's the thing to do, right?
Experience that I had. I just shrugged it off. I didn't tell my mom, but I never, like, took food to school ever again after that. And so, like, when the people see me get angry about a white chef putting out a video about authentic fun, why I get so pissed off, it's because I've had to endure so much pain from people who look like you. People who look like you have been making fun of me and marginalizing my pain for now 40 years, and they're profiting off of now my food.
And now they get the check that we deserve.
Yeah, exactly. Right? And then you get to tell me how my food is valued. No, you don't. And so that is why we get so angry, and people need to understand that. Our anger isn't from these, few incidences that's been happening these last week. It's from generations of that type of oppression and erasure.
Like, the worst thing about this week was like seeing people like joke about it or like do that fucked up fucking thing, like, oh, I guess you didn't get a happy ending, and like, bitch, you eating pad thai when you say that?
Yeah.
Like, fuck you, dude. Like, I ain't done with that. And then I looked, and then on an extension, like, and I don't want to dwell on the anger part of this, but I was like, all right, I voiced my opinion. Y'all need to pull up for us, please. Started going to different Instagram. They're like, Poke Bowl. You do like dim sum and fucking whatever. I didn't see anything. Double Dragon, like, you didn't do anything. Like, Chef's Table, man, what the fuck happened here, dude? You have so many appropriated businesses that didn't say anything. I'm not asking you to stop.
Yeah, it's if you're profiting from our culture in whatever way,
Yeah.
then you need to stand up for us.
One of my white friends and my black friends stand up for us right now when we need it.
Yeah.
This is important to me as an Asian, and you
Yep.
to represent for us right now. So do it for everybody else, but when we're hurting, they need to be here for us.
Yeah.
If they're really truly got my back, they need to fucking stand up right now
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah, we should elaborate more on like the feeling of not being heard, you know?
Yeah.
I think that that's something that, because obviously, us here, we have no problem being vocal. Right?
No.
But for the majority of folks of our kind, they don't see that as an option. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we need to start addressing more like of the silencing in our country or in our culture, right?
Really important, especially now for us and for the community to see,
Yeah.
to see and experience us be in community with each other.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
that it would be healing for a lot of folks.
Well, look at this. Look at this. A lot of people don't do to talk like this. A lot of people don't meet as an Asian collective right now and talk about this.
Yeah.
A lot of people will see this hopefully, and they'll be like, "What the awesome?
Yeah.
What? Really? This is what they
Yeah.
want. This is how their struggle is. This is what they're looking for. They want to be noticed. They want to get some credit, and they want people to
Yeah.
be more empathetic, sensitive.
You know,
Absolutely. This is something we're helping with it right now. Doing it.
Like, cause like, you know, like our folks, you know, that came over, you know, like, our folks that came over for a better life for us, this is what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
This is the essence of what they're talking about. Get a better life, to make a dollar, be comfortable. Like they weren't able to be comfortable.
Yep.
And I really hope that like whoever sees this fucking video can just see that like, you know, as immigrant children, we were always taught like you need to be a lawyer, a doctor,
Yeah.
a nurse,
Yeah. Oh.
an engineer, something that makes money, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no dream chasing. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You can't chase dreams. Like you have to be a traditionally successful person, right? Look at us now. Though.
Yeah. And we get to write the success.
We get to write success. We get to subjugate success to our standards,
Yeah.
as opposed to like having to be whatever our parents told us it needed to be. You know?
We fought a lot in order to not play into the model minority myth.
Yeah.
You know, not just the model minority myth that like society has been trying to stereotype us into, but also the minority myth that our parents tried to put us into, and
Yeah.
our families tried to
Yeah.
put us
And that was a form of
into.
brainwashing.
I've got a lot of adoptees like reach out, like, cause I've done a lot of adoptee work with like Korean adoptees. A lot of them get adopted from Oregon actually. But like, you know, like I really sat and thought about it. I'm like, oh shit, man, like you guys got the shortest end of the stick because like maybe you didn't get taught the cultures growing up. But
Yeah.
you look exactly like us.
Yeah.
You're gonna experience the same amount of age, and that's just not
And
even
nobody-
fair.
yeah.
When I was 3, we were driving. I had 2 white sisters. We adopted more from the Philippines later, but I was 3 getting my citizenship, and I looked at my parents, and we never even talked about race, and I said, "Am I gonna turn white now?" We never talked about it. I thought I was gonna turn to my sisters. It was crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
That's how I guess where you could be, can be as a
Yeah.
kid, but like.
It's not a real
Yeah.
American experience, like an Asian American experience, if you don't go to your motherland and cry because you don't fit in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
really
And
is
you're
so
still
true.
just an outsider.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I was in Hawaii, and I was trying to go to the Imperial Palace, and I went out to go buy a ticket, and I ordered in Vietnamese a ticket, and she goes, "Oh, are you American or are you Vietnamese?" I was like, "American."
Yeah.
She goes, "Okay, double price."
Oh yeah.
Oh, I get it. I got money, like,
Yeah.
but you know, just in that instance where it's just like being identified as not
Yeah.
Vietnamese. to
But
the-
like I said, like that experience, no one knows that. Like, cause most of these, and that's what I try to understand with like a lot of like white folks and that white guilt. It's like you have no idea. You have
Yeah.
no
You
idea.
don't
Like,
belong anywhere.
we have to just start fucking thinking, not just thinking, believing that we are American. Like believing in like our stake in this fucking land, because that's the only way we're gonna get through. You know, like I have to be able to walk into a business meeting knowing that I have all the leverage, that I have all the talent, I'm the asset.
Yeah.
If I don't think like that, then they're gonna play me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because then I'm undervaluing myself every time they throw a fucking jab. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, fuck that. I know my worth. This is how much I cost.
Yeah.
If you want me here, you need to pay up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm out the door.
In the restaurant game, like even like when it comes to like pricing for me, you know what I mean? Like I'd sit there and just do the math. Like, man, I was gonna pay that food card. And then after year 5, I was just like, motherfuckers have to pay to shut the food cart because where else are you gonna get it?
Yeah.
You know, like so to switch
We
that
need
mindset.
to put value onto that.
Exactly.
Our presence.
Yeah,
Our presence.
and that's what I give like Matt credit is like, you guys have that opportunity now to just be like, no, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
where are you gonna
like
get
where are you
that?
gonna get this shit? You know what I mean? Like McDonald's ain't got this. Yeah,
Because you know what? At the end of the day, like what happens with Asian food as a whole is that they put us in a margin, right? They put us in like a certain price point that we can only be at, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even like in food carts, like how you and I are.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
even worse,
It's
right?
even worse. Yeah.
Like I used to get shit about selling $12 at pop, right?
Oh,
I was
hell
like,
no.
bro, it's 5 cuts of pork belly and an egg
You're
and
like,
coconut water,
yeah.
bro.
No.
You're lucky I'm only charging you 12. This shit should be
Yeah.
like 16 and
I was
bro.
trying to say that shit needs to be $16.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, right?
In and
But
out.
because
And
of
it's raised.
elitism and classism within like,
But it just devalues your shit to a burger, bro.
Mhm.
and that's what I'm saying. And like, but I'll charge fucking $11 for a cheeseburger and no one got mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because my mom get on me all the time until I started selling out and stuff, and then she stopped harassing me about my pricing. But she's like, "You selling that too low?" I'm like, "Mom, we are sitting here making dough and then letting it sit for 24 hours and then like steaming it individually and then wrapping. No,
Yeah.
no, I'm selling it for what it is.
Yep.
And if people don't want to buy it, they won't want to buy
They
it.
don't want that.
Oh,
Yeah.
can you get a PSA in this camera real quick? If you go to a banh mi shop and you're paying $3.50 for a fucking banh mi, you better tip $7 to $8 on that fucking banh mi.
Because you're undervaluing their labor.
Yeah.
They are not getting
They're
paid.
up at fucking
Yeah.
3 in the morning making that fucking bread for you on a daily
Yeah.
basis.
But that's the
But
that
that's
was
the thing, though, is it's like, I think we and the generations came before us are so used to working 18 hours a day
Yeah.
for X amount of dollars that it's just, we're like, oh, okay, well, that's just a part of our life.
like I think that's changing, but like it is very, very difficult. Like I was saying earlier, man, like that Asian aesthetic of like being like, yo, my auntie makes the best XYZ.
Yeah,
All right, everybody pull the money together, throw it down.
yeah,
Like that's not there, and we don't have enough numbers here to do that, but we will.
But you know what we can do?
And that's-
Like we talked
and
about
we
before,
need to-
let's rotate every 3 months. Let's rotate each other at our place one night.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
think
be
it would be
Monday,
dope for me, y'all to do your stuff, and then I'll do a vegan version of it.
Yeah, or
You
like,
know?
or we
Like,
don't.
I feel like
You
that
cover
would-
that base for me, that's amazing.
Like,
That's so
and
hard
then
to do.
I feel like honestly, then it opens our like everything to everybody, right?
Yeah.
What do you want? You want omnivore
Yeah.
shit? You want vegan? We got, and I think it would be dope for people to then see that like your cultural food, you can have it like this, but then you can also have it vegan, and it kind of takes back
Yeah.
the narrative of what veganism is too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then a lot of it could be just as simple as like I buy X amount of product for you and like offer that place.
Yeah.
Vice versa, you know what I mean? Like I do a
Yeah.
vegan cookie too. You know, like whatever. Like, but I think what people need to like visually see on Instagram and visually see out there is that like, fuck man, all these guys know each other.
And
How do
we're
I jump
together.
on that?
Collabing and
Yeah,
being
we're
supportive.
Yeah, and how do I jump into that?
We're,
Into
we're
that?
pretty much like creating this collective of like bringing all the Asian businesses who have unique and nuanced experiences, and also this, we all have the same mindset. We're trying to push our cultures forward.
Yep.
We're coming together as a collective of people, so that
Yes.
like, say like if there is some kind of big foodie event or whatever, and we all walk into the building together, it's like we're a
Yeah.
crew.
Yeah.
And like people are like, yo,
Gang.
and like they just showed up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Show up and show up.
And the idea is like to essentially create an ecosystem for ourselves,
Yeah.
where we are always cross promoting, we're always cross marketing and making sure that we're all getting a piece of the pie first and foremost,
Yeah.
and we're also trying to create like foster new businesses, right? Like
Yeah.
I think what we all can agree on is that we've already faced the adversity of starting an Asian
Yeah.
business in a city like Portland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we can now inspire other people to continue this on. As we build our businesses, new businesses can bloom from this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Learn from us.
I really appreciate the space, Aaron. Thank you, and I just really
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah,
you guys coming
Yeah,
up.
this
And, like,
is so great. Like,
I think if we grow this, you know,
Yeah.
like it's at the very least we walk away from it like positive.
yeah.
Well, like I won't go back home and feel so much better.
I
Yeah.
feel
You know what I
a lot
mean?
better.
So
It was a tragic reason why we finally got together, but
yeah,
moving on, we can make positivity out of it.
absolutely.
Straight up, man.